All right, hello wine drinking people. Time for more of what I've had to drink yesterday. This is a new winery for me from Mendoza, Casarena, which means the House of Sand. Yes, there's sandstone here in the winery or something, but you know, they make a couple of different. They have a couple different lines in this winery. 505, named after the address of the winery. The estate wines, and then. Wow, some single vineyard stuff that is out of this world. This is owned by a United States citizen here, bought back in 2006. Michel Roland was initially brought in to do the consulting, but now they have some disciples of Nicolas Catena on the job here. And these wines are very good. You know, I've been saying for a long time it's hard to beat the wines that you get from this entry-level price range, meaning $10 from Argentina. I mean, really, Mendoza is producing some phenomenal values, and $10. It's just hard to believe with what's going on in Argentina. They can continue to put out these very good wines at a reasonable price. This winery is located in Luján de Cuyo, but they have 4 separate vineyard sites located throughout the regions of Agrello and Pedregal. And this entry-level Chardonnay sees just a bin of oak. Usually at $10, that means oak chips, but they said, no, oak barrels, but probably old oak barrels. There's not a lot of spice in this wine. You know, oak barrels lose their spice after 2 years, but something that's becoming very popular in Argentina is oak chips, but they give you a very aggressive oakiness, and this wine didn't have it. Like I said, a very fresh and clean style of Chardonnay, lemon citrus, fresh green apple with a really nice fresh finish, short and clean, maybe just a touch of oak there, but, you know, like I said, probably nothing in the new category. Good stuff at $11.25. Then the Estate Chardonnay. This wine spends 9 months in oak barrel, and you start to see some oak treatment in this wine, some of that vanilla spice, some of that butterscotch. Well, the butterscotch doesn't come from the oak, but it comes from the malolactic fermentation. But a little more richness in this wine, and the vineyards also have a lower yield that they use for this estate bottle line. This one's got some lovely fresh apple and pear fruit, lemon drop candy, notes of creme caramel, vanilla spice. Quite a bit richer, the bouquet of aromas here. A nice creamy texture on the tongue with juicy fruit and a nice touch of that oak spice, that vanilla, that cinnamon that you get, which adds a little seasoning to the wine. At $17, a very good little Chardonnay. And then the Malbec 505. And these entry-level 505s, the theme is 3 months in oak here. And this is a screw cap wine. We love the screw cap. I love to see cheap wines in a screw cap because there's nothing worse than cheap cork. And this one's got a lovely fresh black raspberry fruit on the nose along with some violet floral highlights. A little hint of sweet tobacco spice. Really nice juicy fruit on the tongue with layers of that dark berry fruit spice and light earth notes. But this one is about fruit. A very good little wine for $11.25. The Cabernet Sauvignon 505. Also a blend of their different vineyard sites. 3 months in oak. Screw cap, which we love. And this wine had a lovely currant berry fruit on the nose with some fine herbs, some loamy earth notes. Very elegant, lighter style Cabernet Sauvignon with a short but pleasant finish and really nicely balanced. A very good little wine, $11.25. Wow, the Estate Malbec, you know, this is a 1 million case winery, so they make quite a bit of wine here, but the Estate line is only 100,000 bottles. And this is from older vines, and again, 9 months in oak is a regimen here. Shows a good amount of that dark berry and plum fruit, some nice dark spices, espresso, dark earth nuance, and really nice perfume on this wine. The floral notes going all the way through to the finish, violet, lilac, really exotic. But has lovely black raspberry fruit, smooth round tannins, and nicely balanced here. $17, an excellent little bottle of Malbec. The Cabernet Sauvignon, which this wine's 100% varietal also, and it's got some nice dark currant and black plum fruit, notes of black olive, sweet herbs, dark earth. This wine's got some of that exotic floral quality also. Really unique, you know, where you get the same quality in the different varietals. It must be the vineyard site that's given this wine to that floral nuance at the end and some dry tannins, a little bit of chocolate notes there as well. Very good stuff at $17. And then the Reserva Cabernet Sauvignon 2011, produced from an 80-year-old vineyard from Agrello. This wine sees 100% new French oak for a year, $22. Wow, very rich bouquet of cassis and currant berry fruit on the nose. Nice hand of toasty oak spice, vanilla, sweet tobacco. Really rich on the tongue. You know, you step it up a little bit here at $22, but I mean, for an extra buck or two, it's definitely worth the upcharge with these Malbecs. I'll tell you, lovely fruit in this wine, lovely freshness, and a little tobacco, fresh earth. There's really nice structure. Even better on the second day, man. I'd like to taste this wine in 5 years, the 2011 Cabernet Reserva. And then on to the single vineyard Malbecs. These wines are at another level, really. I mean, this is Agrello Vineyard, Laurel's Vineyard, and Jemia's Vineyard, and these are his 2 daughters, I guess. And wow, man, intense bouquet here. This wine sees 18 months of new French oak, quite a bit more spice and perfume from the oak here. Lots of everything, though. Has that distinct floral quality these other wines had. A lot of dark berry fruit here. Really lovely intensity. Just seemed to blossom overnight. Big and chewy wine on the tongue, lots of everything, sweet berry fruit, lots of tannins, dark spices, that floral nuance. This wine needs a day to open up, really exotic. I'd put it in your cellar for a decade or more. Lovely intensity and lovely balance in this wine. Most excellent juice at $45. Bahamia's Vineyard, totally different from Pedregal. This wine's got a lot more of earthy characters to it. Tobacco, spice, a bit of kind of an animal note to this, and dark berry and plum fruit also. Almost has an Amarone quality to this wine here. Really intense, some loamy, earthy notes. Lovely complexity in the bouquet here. A big and chewy wine also on the tongue with layers of everything. Dark berry fruits. Another blockbuster Malbec here. Just goes on and on the palate. Also has a little bit of that floral perfume in it, but more earthy, more minerality in this wine. Just a little bigger wine, a little longer finish. I like this one just a tad better, but both of these last single vineyard wines, most excellent juice. All right, that's what we had to drink with our friends from Casarena Winery. I'm your host, Andrew Lamposoni, signing off for the Wine Watch, saying remember, always drink the good stuff first.